Greetings. My name is Pastor Prince, and I welcome you to today's episode of King's Menu. And in today's exhortation, I want us to look at Rahab from the scriptures. And if you read Hebrews 11, we see Rahab mentioned there as a woman of faith. Now I want us to take a quick study on what Rahab did, who Rahab was, and what made her to be listed amongst the people in Hebrews as the people of faith. Now, if you read Joshua chapter 2, starting from 1, Joshua son of Nun sent 2 men secretly to scout the city of Jericho. And they went and came to the house of a harlot named Rahab. So Rahab was a prostitute and lodged there. It was told the king of Jericho, behold, there came men in here tonight of the Israelites to search out the country. And the king of Jericho sent to Rahab, bring forth the men who have come to you, who entered your house, for they have come to search out the land. Now, when you continue going down up to 12, Rahab was a prostitute, and different men would come and out into her home. And these men that Joshua sent to study, know the city of Jericho, because Jericho was in between this land that they were supposed to go to. And he had to send these men. So they went to spy out the city to know how it is, to know the systems, and when they can attack it, for them to proceed to the promised land. And these men entered this prostitute's home. Now, she was able to identify that these men were men of God. In her state of being a prostitute, different men would come into her home, but she was able to identify that these men were men of God. That is to tell us that in as much as she was in the state where she would receive different men, she was never familiar with them. Because if she was familiar with them, she was not able to identify that these are men of God. Most times, in our walk with God, we become so familiar with the presence of God that we even miss his move. Now, when you continue reading down to 12, she told these men that, now then I pray, swear to me by the Lord, since I have shown you kindness, that you will also show me kindness together with my father's house, and give me a sure sign. Rahab was in pursuit of something. To pursue, to become is our topic today. To pursue, to become is our topic today. Show me a man who's pursuing something. I'll show you a man who's about to become a wonder to the world. Show me a man who's pursuing something, and I'll show you a man who's about to become a wonder to the world. You even agree with me. Even people who are not in the right standing with God, or people who've got a diabolic backing, if they are pursuing something, definitely they'll become it. In any way, that's how powerful this law of pursue is. It's so deep that if you pursue something, you become it. This woman pursued salvation, and definitely she was saved. And if you read Matthew chapter 1, when you keep on going down, you see the root tree where Christ came through. And that woman is mentioned. So 2 things. She got saved, and she became the great-grandmother of Christ. And she came from a background of being a prostitute. You see, when you're pursuing something, your background doesn't matter. Your background never matters. What matters is where your heart is, and your heart is on what you're pursuing. Even though she was a prostitute, she still knew that the Lord is there, and she pursued salvation. And in her pursuing salvation, the Lord said, hey, it is not just you being saved. I'm also going to give you the chance to be the great-grandmother of Christ, because I have seen that your heart is pursuing something great. And because you're pursuing something great, out of you, something great must come out. Christ, the Savior of the world, has to come out of you. Beloved, be encouraged. Regardless of your background, regardless of what is happening around you, you must have something that you're pursuing inside of you. Pursue the Lord, and everything else will be added on onto you. Pursue the Lord, and everything else will be added on to you. And I pray for you that the Lord empowers you with might and strength, that in whatsoever you're pursuing, doors will be opened. The Lord is going to send you helpers, and you fulfill what you're pursuing. May the Lord bless you. I remain your friend and your brother and your pastor, Pastor Prince Nsonga.